Summary of events for the city of Damascus and its countryside. The bloody day in Damascus started with security spread in Al-Sheikh Saad Street and the Building 47 opposite Al-Tala'a Garden in the Western Villas area, and Al-Mazda was raided by security forces as they spread in big numbers. 2 bombed cars exploded in Al-Samaria close to Al-Mazda military airport, and damage was limited to materials. Security forces broke into Babs region neighborhood and raided the alley of Al-Tayruzi Mosque and arrested most of the young men there, but brought them back after a short while. Many mortars hit Al-Fahama and Al-Bikhtiyar close to Al-Baramki inside the capital, and many people were wounded, while others lost their lives, among them Abu Anas Hamsho, the Imam of Ammar bin Yasir Mosque, and his son, and many of the people praying in the mosque were wounded, as the shells caused big material damage to the cars and houses in the area. Shops in Al-Sakhana Square, Al-Midan, were searched strictly by security forces, and 2 young men were arrested as the regime snipers took positions on top of the surrounding buildings. To Ruknuddin, where heavy security spread was noted, and they concentrated around Abu al-Nur Mosque, supported with cars and security men. Al-Assad forces also spread in Al-Salihiyya and especially in Al-Haris Alley. 2 young men were arrested as the regime snipers took positions on top of the surrounding buildings. To Ruknuddin, where heavy security spread was noted, and they concentrated around Abu al-Nur Mosque, supported with cars and security men. Al-Assad forces also spread in Al-Salihiyya and especially in Al-Haris Alley. Al-Assad forces also spread in Al-Salihiyya and especially in Al-Haris Alley. In برزة, 11 people lost their lives with the bullets of the regime forces that spread in the area, and in Jobber huge fires broke out because of the rocket shelling by regime forces in the area, as many were wounded because of the shelling from the regime artillery in the Yarmouk camp, Tartakre al-Malikiya school and Abdul Qadir Mosque. To the Damascene countryside, huge military reinforcements headed to the city of Dariyah, including tanks, BMB carts, dashkas and troop carriers, coinciding with cannon bombing on the city that led to destruction and the burning of residential buildings in the city. And in the neighboring Al-Mu'addamiyya, heavy cannon and rocket bombing renewed, and many shells hit the residential neighborhoods and caused big damages to the buildings as black smoke billowed from the alleys. As for Al-Zabadani, the city was targeted with cannon bombing by the regime forces, causing huge destruction, while in Zamalka clashes between the Free Army and the regime forces took place, coinciding with shelling by mortars and rockets that led to the death of a number of people, while others were wounded. So is the situation in Harasta, as the regime artillery bombed the city at a rate of 1 missile every 2 minutes. And lastly for today, activists reported that a Scud rocket was launched from Al-Qutayfa, leaving behind thick smoke, and its destination was not known. Rockets that led to the death of a number of people, while others were wounded. So is the situation in Harasta, as the regime artillery bombed the city at a rate of 1 missile every 2 minutes. And lastly for today, activists reported that a Scud rocket was launched from Al-Qutayfa, leaving behind thick smoke, and its destination was not known. Leaving behind thick smoke, and its destination was not known.